I just came back from a walk and I decided I want to model something. So I picked this kind of swivel USB we're going to try model. There's lots of images on it. So let's get started. Yeah, just got open Blender. We've got Blender open. What we want to do is let's delete the camera and this light. Keep this default cube. We can use this. So this maybe we can start with. Use that cube to start the top of the USB dongle. So we do the top part. Okay, so we're going to need to squish this in. So, and it's looking more like a USB. Let's go into edit mode. And let's select that top face up here and just delete that. Delete that face. Looking good. Okay. And do we want to do anything else to this? We want to come out of edit mode. Let's press Ctrl A. Apply scale. Just apply scale. So now if we apply a modifier like a solidify, generate a solidify, just scale this out. And then I'm going to apply this. Just gonna make sure when I did that, yeah, that's correct. Sometimes I noticed the faces are a bit wonky. I'll just double check the orientation of the faces, but I'm gonna add some bevels on these corners here. I'm just gonna right click, bevel edge. And then we can choose how many segments we want. What's with that? Too many. 4 seems to look alright. That's starting to look like a USB dongle. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the image. So we've got 2 holes, we've got this line, and then there's this blue piece which would have the, I guess, the contacts on. So this is just the outer case. Well, let's put the 2 holes in. Where half high up are the holes? They're like not half, just under halfway. Okay, so we could let's just get a mesh, take a cube, scale this, and move this out here. Really get it in front. Move this down. So say this is the halfway line. It's just below the halfway line. Let's scale this. Okay. Now we do want to bevel these edges on this. Shift select these. Right click, bevel edge. Go. Go test move. There we go. While in edit mode, and just press A, select all of it. Okay. Make sure that's intersecting. I'm going to just press Shift D. So let's turn wireframe so it's easier. So if I press Shift D, and I can duplicate this inside. So now it's still one mesh. I'll select it. I'm going to come back out of object mode. Rather than having 2 separate objects, then having to, we can just do it in edit mode here. Anyway, so next what we want to do is apply boolean. So we want to cut this. So generate boolean difference this. If we turn this off, you can see it. There you go. Got the nice cuts. We've got the hole in there. Straightforward. Next, we want to add the little, the connecting piece. So I guess this is where they fold the metal casing and then it kind of joins. So we can kind of put that detail in there. But let's apply this modifier first for the boolean, and then we can delete that. Now, is there holes on this side too? I just shade or test me. Don't know. Oh, I believe there is holes on both ends, but I'm not sure. Do any images show me a USB from a different angle? Ah, no. Yeah, some are covered. Some have the hole. Oh, there's a hole. There's a punched hole on both ends. Okay, so I'm gonna do is just press undo, Control Z, so I'll get my boolean back. Boom, boom, boom. And this seems to punch all the way through, so I'm just gonna hit tab. Easy fix. I should have checked the reference before, but boom. Hopefully you haven't gone too far, but yeah, there you go. You can learn with me. Anyway, we learn together. And now you can turn this off. You can see we've got the hole on both ends. I guess the plastic is on one side and the other's not. Anyway, we can apply this boolean and we can get rid of that. Yeah. Nice. Now if we want, we can add the extra piece in there. So just get an extra cube and then scale this in. If we look at it from above, in, and let's bring this closer in here. I guess that's what we'll see in USB port. And then I guess here, actually, while we're doing this piece, let's just make it a little bit, add some bevel in this part of the. Before I do that, Control A, light scale, and then I'm gonna go tab, which will bring the edit mode, select those edges, and then now bevel those edges. Okay. And I'll change the segments to a delta smooth. When we're in edit mode as well, let's go into edit mode, select this face, and what I want to do is slice this. I want to move this up. Oops. Move the whole object up so we can see it, take it out of this place. I'm going to separate, for now, I'm going to separate this. I'm going to just separate the selection. Okay. Alright, I'll reconnect it after. But what I want to do is go tab, right click. No, use this edge loop. Now I can put some slices in. There we go. And then slice this top here. Maybe a few more slices. Yeah. Something like that. And then I want to select every other face. Something like this. Well, that doesn't matter too much. What was it? Either way, it would. Let's just do it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. But anyway, right click. No, not right click. Extrude out. Just extrude these out. Yeah. We've got some kind of pins on here. And then just reconnect these two together. I'm going to just say join. And with the vertices, I'm going to select these vertices here. The X-ray mode. I'm just going to remerge these. So merge center. So these corners back connected. Merge vertices at center. And down here as well. here. Leave one piece again. Yeah. Let's just add the material quickly on this. So while we're here, just make this blue. I'll change the viewport shading mode. Don't worry about it. I'm not going to tweak the materials too much. I'm just going to put the colors on. And then I'm going to add a new material and let's make this like a gold contact. And metallic cut. And then apply it to the selected faces of these. If I press Control Plus, it just grows the selection and assign this material to it. Yeah. So now I can place this back in. We'll fix the materials and stuff later. So let's add the little, that extra detail in here. So let's go into this front view. And we're going to go into edit mode. And let's get our knife tool. I can draw that shape. Was it kind of like this? Kind of this very wonky. We can fix it up in a second. On here. So now we have that slice in there, you can see, and then if we want, we can go fix these vertices. We can align these and sorts. So I'll select all the center ones here and get the scale and scale along the Y and hit 0. They'll line up. And then if I do the same on here, hit 0, they will line up. Oops, make sure you don't select those. Just select this. There we go. 0. And just make these line. Okay. Now with those edge, I want to select this entire edge. I'm going to shift select all of the edge that we just drew with the knife tool. Right click, bevel edge. Yeah. Extrude along normals. Just push it in a tiny bit. I feel it works, but I feel these are too sharp, so I'm going to undo that. Before I do that, I want to maybe bevel those vertices. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Bevel vertices. There we go. And then just increase the count. That looks a lot better. Okay, so now we can select those edges. Wonder if I can. Can I go into the side view and wireframe and make sure this is selected and just do this? It's probably easier. And then just deselect the ones, the faces that we don't want selected. I'm just holding control. There we go. That looks a lot better. Much nicer. Right click. We did before, bevel edge. Sorry, I'm going back and forth. And we have a lot more segments that we're gonna reduce. There we go. You can even set it to 1 and then just say extrude along normals and then just push this in a tiny bit. Yeah. Got some detail in there. and to look like a USB. Okay, so we kind of got that in. Let's just quickly drop a material on this as well. New material. It's going to be metallic, of course. Lock this down. It's going to be slightly grey. But we have a USB. Okay, we can move these up. Let's take a look at the image. So the body is just two separate plastic pieces. Nothing too fancy. Where's that original image that was close up one? Yeah, it's just a plastic piece. Get on the side, you can see. Yeah. So let's get a cube. Boom. Scale up. Scale this out. So I'm going to go to edit mode. Select this bottom face and drag this down. I'll make sure I have the face selected. There we go. You can change the length of this. It's too thick, so I'm gonna scale these two faces in. Okay. A bit wider. I feel it needs to be a tiny bit longer. So I'm going to do is select this edge here and this edge, right click, bevel edge. This will give us that rounded bottom on the, just increasing the segments and then changing the width. Curve. And then we want to bevel this. I assume we want to bevel this edge, so this loop, again, edge. We don't want so many segments. That. And then of course we're gonna bevel this edge. This edge. Let's select these. Let's see what happens. I don't know what will happen, but I'm gonna select all of these. Like so. I selected those. Oops. Right click, bevel edge. Let's see what happens. There we go. And then you can increase that segment if you want, and then choose how much you want or how less you want. If you want it more sharp, do that. Perhaps we do go for a more sharper look. There we go. There we go. So now down the middle, we do need to add a loop cut down the middle. Yeah, really simple. Then we're going to bevel edge. We're going to bevel this. So then right click, bevel edge. There we go. Really small. Then we're just going to say extrude along normals and then drag this in. Yeah. It gives us that kind of look, the plastic case where, you know, the two pieces come together. Then we're going to add we're going to have to add the swivel case that swivels round. So there's a little piece that goes either here or the other side. I guess it's on both ends. Yes, it will be on both ends. Yeah. This little circular disc. And then we've got this kind of case that goes on it. Right, let's add a material to this. Shade, auto smooth. New material. Black. Roughness down. That to look good. Got a little USB. So let's add a cylinder. There's a cylinder. I'm going to scale this down. And we're going to rotate this. 2090. Okay. Let's check the reference image. So it's not, it's like just under halfway again. Somewhere about here. Right click shade smooth into shader to smooth. I'm going to apply that same material as the body. And I assume it's going to be on both sides because the finger's on there, but what I want to do is just hit tab. Actually, before I do, I want to maybe hit A, Shift D, duplicate. So while I'm in edit mode, then just have this here. There we go. And now I can do these two together. Right click, bevel edge. Now it's going to complain. So if we do Control A, scale, now do it. Now do the bevel edge. There we go. That looks a bit better. Increase those segments. Nice and round. There we go. That's looking good. We do want we need a little slice in here. So what I do want to do is select, if I select this face here, Control plus, just scroll this out, and then shift this forward a little bit. So this will allow me to put a slice here. I'll do the same here, Control plus, so I can select all the faces and then this forward. There we go. And what I want to do is just add that slice in. So I'm just going to add the slice in here. Just drag this, and on the right click, bevel edge, and bring this down to 1 or 2. 1's fine. You can change the width there. And extrude along normals, and I'll repeat this on the other side too, so it just goes in. There we go. Do the same on this side. Lip cut, edge, okay. Extrude along normals. Oh, we have a USB case. We'll just send it out to case now. So let's take a look at that. So it's this piece of kind of metal that kind of bends round, and it has a hole in the middle. What's the easiest way to create this? Let's start with again. So let's add a mesh cube and scale this up. So I want it slightly bigger than, let's see, it's within the body, so a little bit smaller, something like this. Okay, and we're going to hit tab, go into edit mode, select that top face. Okay, I'm going to drag this up so we hit the top of that, slightly, just slightly bigger. There we go. Okay, now we know these side faces we don't need, so we can delete these. But so we can say get rid of those faces, and we don't need this bottom face either. Okay, and we know we want to make this an arch. So I feel the distance is this. Well, this needs to definitely come in more. So this has to come in like this, and this has to come in like this. Okay, and now what we want to do is create an arch here. So we're going to select these two edges here. Before I do that, I'm going to press Control A and apply the scale. Okay, and I'll go back to selecting those two edges. Right click, bevel edge, and then we can create this arch by increasing the bevel. There we go. Now we have this nice curve. There we go. And of course we want this to be rounded down here. So easy peasy. We're going to go into choose the vertices. These. So this. I'm going to right click, bevel vertices. There we go. Starting to come along. Now I'm going to right click, shape auto smooth. It's looking better. Of course, we're going to add some thickness to this. This is really thin right now. So we can add a solidify, generate, solidify. Yeah, you can bring it in or out, maybe out, say out. And then let's add another bevel, just a tiny one. So this edge is not so sharp. And then increase those segments. What's going on here? Do we have some funny faces? Let's turn these off for a second. Spotify, it's just the visibility. Let's go to tab. Let's check our. Where is it? Where am I clicking? I want to see face orientation. Yes, we do have some funny business going on here on this segment here. So we're going to just right click, we're going to say mesh, normal flip. There we go. So yeah, that's what I don't get. There is some funny business. Sometimes you get that, but easy fix. Just check your face orientation if you get some funny business. There we go, and that looks better now. And then I can apply the what's going on here though? Have I got some vertices that are kind of pointing out? Okay, don't do the bevels there. We'll do it on the actual mesh. We'll do it on the mesh itself. So I'm going to apply that solidify. Edit mode. I think it must be this connecting section here. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, they overlap. So I must have went too far with the bevel. Easy fix. I'll just scale this out like this. There we go. That should sort my bevel out. Let me double check that the face orientation is correct again. Yeah, because I just reversed it. If you did copy me, I apologize. But you can also learn from my mistakes too. You run into the same issue. Normal flip. Boom. There we go. So now we should actually be able to add a bevel modifier to this. There we go, and that works much more. And then bring that down slightly. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's turn that face orientation off. There we go. Of course, you can choose where that we want it to rotate from this pivot here, so slightly lower. So I believe you can just use the cursor and then just click kind of here, and then say object set orientation to 3D cursor. So now we rotate this. Yeah, there we go. We have a nice USB. Right. So let's put a material on this. Just put a metallic, set it to metallic, and then bring that roughness down. Boom. We have a USB dongle. Hopefully this was useful. Now if you want to take this further and do all the lighting and so on, you can just do that. Perhaps you want to make sure you select, let's parent this all to the body or something like this. So select this, and then the body last, and then say parent object. Oh, I forgot to also parent this again. Just parent that to the object. There we go. And you can rename this USB. So it's all in one. But now when we move this around, it's one, it's all parented together. But you still have the ability to animate this. If you want to demo the swivel USB. Okay. So now we can copy, paste, oh, select all, copy, paste. Yeah. Apps on. Is this gonna parent this? Yeah, it's nice. There we go. Let's just rotate this. Oops. Let's see along normals. There we go. So maybe one's in that state. And then I'll do again. Copy paste. Cross. And select this and say normal. And rotate this so this is closed. And put this back to global. Boom, boom. But you can show it in all kinds of, how you want to show the product or whatever you want. And I can just put a brown plane in here. Boom. Typical ground plane. Hit select that package. Drag this up. Right click, bevel edge. Okay. Click smooth. Select these three. Them up. Them. And if I was to, you could go for a more, you can spend more time working on the shaders, going for a more brush metal look as well, and all of this. This I'm just gonna leave it EV for now. See, with the shaded smooth, I don't understand why I still see those bevels, but yeah. Let me increase that. There we go. It's 12. And space base, refraction. Of course, you can light this as well. So I'm just gonna do an EV today. Little spotlight. So directional light. Yeah, and we can light this from above. Maybe we're gonna put 1000. And we're gonna do right click, vertical split. We're gonna here. We're gonna add a camera. We got camera. I'll just move the camera over here. I'm gonna add an empty. It's nice and big. It's empty over here. Should make it slightly about the USB size. Set my camera. Say constraint to track to the empty. There we go. Hit home and 0. There we go. Let's turn all the gizmos off. Let's hide all the menus on here on the left side. Yeah. And let's click on a camera, viewport, passport out, and then we just see what the camera sees. Then change that backdrop, got a material on there. Second light, Control C, Control V. Different color, side. play around with that. Yeah. And let's go to camera. Let's turn depth of field on. See. I'm gonna move this back. Do we see any change in? That's the camera. There we go. Bring that f-stop back down. So now we're just focused on that. And then, you could have those out of focus. Maybe this is, it's entirely up to you how you want to do it. This kind of looks boring, so I'm gonna rotate this slightly. I don't know. It's boring. It is boring. Just as very flat. But yeah. There you go. So that's in. We're just doing it in Eevee. Of course, you play around with you play more around with your materials and your colors and what you want to use. Maybe the red. I kind of like red. Kind of makes it pop. But yeah, play around. And then if you want to go play around with cycles, okay, you can do that too. I use GPU rendering. And also changing the environment it makes a big difference to whatever HDR lighting you're using as well. You can bring that strength down. And like I say, always use those gobo lights. They add so much. You'll see in a second. I don't know. Let's go all and let's go find a random one. Oops, what's that? No assets. There we go. Did it. We get some palm tree. Now that was kind of weird. Let's get these wavy ones, these wavy lines here. And then we're gonna put a track 2 on the constraints of that light, which will be the empty. Okay. Up. Yeah, pointing it out. Let's join this so you can see better. You don't need to see my asset window. I'm gonna make this, add some zeros in here. 0, one heads off. There we go. Now you can see that pattern, and of course you can blur that. So it's out of focus. See how much detail that adds to it without even doing anything. So yeah, have a play. Hopefully that was useful. It was just some simple modeling, nothing too fancy. And then of course you can take your time and improve the shaders, make that more plastic. Or if you have something like access to the real-time materials by Ducky 3D, I got that from the Blender store, Blender Market, should I say? Not store, Blender Market. They might be worth it, they might not. But you do get some nice shaders. So if you want, like, say, let's select this body here, and let's say it's gold, brush gold, and say add material. You can get really cool effects, scratches. Really play with it. Get really nice shaders. It just saves you time, and then it doesn't have to be gold as well. We can make that silver or just desaturate that. There we go. Take that saturation down, and then we've got like a more of a brush metal, and I can apply the same material. to those. We go up. We are at the top. There we go. Yeah, but play around with it. Try different things. See what works, what doesn't. Experiment. Use that strength. There we go. Yeah. Enjoy your day, morning, evening, or nights. Bye bye.